we just go? Can we just go? Figure out where we're going. Can we just
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here, and you know how this video goes. We do it every year. I think we're on year 4 or 5 at this point. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right into 23 things I learned before turning 23. Just as a quick disclaimer, with a lot of these types of videos, I'm using my MacBook here where I have all my notes. It's okay to be generous, but remember to have boundaries. Simply put, really just remember that you're a giver to set limits, because takers honestly don't have any. Being generous is a great quality, great trait. Just be aware of where you're putting your generosity. Remember to take time to reflect back on where you've come from, where you're heading, really celebrating the small wins. And I say an iteration of this every year, but it's so true, and I just want to keep on bringing it back home. There's a version of you who's so proud of you, where you've come, and the things that you had aspired to be that you're already at right now. And then there's a version of you right now who is aspiring for even more, versus always thinking that you're still not quite there. Done a lot, and acknowledge and appreciate and accept what you've done. If you're going through a really tough time in life, or you're thinking like, oh, things are just not going the way that I thought, know that this is for a reason, and something that's going to benefit you in the end, that it's something that is, you know, God ordained, bigger than yourself. Maybe that door is closed for a reason, and while you might not understand it right now, maybe retrospectively it'll make sense, or maybe it'll never truly make sense why that situation ended up being the way that it was. But just know that there is a purpose and a reason larger than us behind it. Stay motivated and stay encouraged to continue acting in faith through it all. Do not get caught up into FOMO. Our priorities when we get older vary, they diverge. The priorities of one person may be different than yours, maybe different than somebody else. And while you might have been accustomed to, when you were growing up and in schooling, that the priorities were very closely aligned, they might not have been exact. They go in like a million different directions as soon as you graduate from school, and people move different places, and they have different careers and different aspirations and different phases of life that they're now entering in. And that's okay. And the idea that you're like missing out, how could you be missing out on something where your priority is one thing and theirs is just something completely different? Acknowledging and knowing that everybody's priorities is different, especially as you get older, and that's a normal, natural, and honestly a positive thing. And don't worry, you will figure out how to navigate it as best you can in the season of life that you're in. If you see something beautiful in someone, or something that they've done that you think deserves a compliment them. Don't know how much that can make somebody's day. Maybe it makes them smile, maybe it makes them laugh, maybe it just kind of puts them in a more positive frame of mind from something maybe stressful or negative that they were thinking about. Just never know how powerful your words truly can be. Now we're on to number 6. Again, kind of going back to that whole opportunities that are for you will be clearly evident that they're for you. And if I were to condense this in a simple sentence, it will not open if it's not your door. And don't feel like you have to pry it open, you have to do all these different things to get it open. Again, it will be very evident and very obvious that this is the opportunity or the thing that's available for you. And if you feel some sense of confusion, so many different things that you can do to gain clarity and peace about that. Again, know that you should not be confused, and you should not be feeling like have to like make this opportunity work. Yes, you might have to work towards it, but it will be very evident if it's for you. I know this concept is very hard to believe and implement, you know, depending on the day, depending on the situation, but happiness truly is an inside job. If you can learn how to have fulfillment and contentment within, that is going to be very hard for someone else to really, like, your mind, your body, your just everything else to really throw out of whack. If you feel a true sense of contentment, joy, beyond just situational external factors. This is something that I've stumbled across a lot in the last few years of life, is understanding that not every storm is here to necessarily destroy the path and that's it. Maybe it's there to destroy the path, create and clear for a new path, to bring renewal, new beginnings, like a change, an evolution. It might be something that's just resetting and restarting for you. And while the timing of it might not be the most convenient thing for you, know that it probably is the best thing, and the timing probably is important to why it is occurring when it is in your life. So I saw this cute little Pinterest quote that I saved, thought was really interesting, and it says basically, when the flower's not blooming, fix the environment, not the flower. And I feel like a lot of times we think if the situation is not working, it's more so like the situation or something about that particular thing versus maybe what's surrounding or the factors around that situation. So maybe we need to remove ourselves from that situation, alter that situation. All your emotions are important to feel, to acknowledge, and it's better to express them than bottling them up, both emotionally and physically, for your health. It is so important to do that. Don't dwell on it too long, and I mean like a mistake. This is only today, and hopefully you'll have an opportunity to be blessed to try again tomorrow or try again another time, and you can learn from those mistakes. Likewise with that, whatever you did today was fine, was perfect. You're not a machine. You're not expected to always be at 80 your 100% capacity and always be productive and get everything accomplished. Some days you might only get 80% done, and that is fine. You know, you are human. Again, your emotions, your energy levels fluctuate. So many factors impact you. So while I'm not saying be completely lazy and unproductive, acknowledge and be okay that you might not always be at peak productivity in your day. While a lot of things in life require a slow process of evolution and changing and consistency, it's way quicker than you just quitting or giving up. Stick to the consistency and staying committed to being consistent in whatever it is, because again, that progress will be a lot quicker than you just saying, I'm calling it quits, I'm not doing it anymore. Things that you say to yourself are very important. What you think about yourself is very important, because those are the actions and things that you're probably going to end up subliminally aligning your patterns and your way of thinking towards, because you spoke those things about yourself. Again, your words are very powerful, more so than you probably think. It's okay to mute people in real life like you do on Zoom. It's important to forgive people, be able to heal in situations in that way. It's still okay if you deny them access to you. You don't have to go back to still being great friends. You're still always hanging out or talking to this person just because you forgave them. One doesn't coexist with the other. Like, because you're not doing that doesn't mean you didn't forgive them. But I think it's important to still know that there's a difference between the two, and being able to deny that person or muting them in real life is okay. And it doesn't always have to be forever. You might mute them for just a period of your life or a season of your life. I just think it's really important that we all consider that aspect of forgiveness. This is a simple one. Trust the Holy Spirit. It will never steer you wrong. Next one, I don't want to mess up the phrase, but it basically says start late, start over, start again, start scared. Just start. I think that's the hardest thing for so many of us, is we want to make sure that whenever we do start, it's going to be success. Just start. You're going to learn along the way. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. It's inevitable, and it's positive. It means that you're going to change. You're going to grow. Your starting place is not going to be your ending place. And if it helps, think about it the whole like try it once rule. You can try anything for the most part once, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. This one stopped me in my tracks a few weeks ago, and it basically is shine your light anyway. Your light might irritate unhealed people, and I never thought about it that way. Just know that it's not you, and to keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is obviously stirring up something within them that they have to have a literal verbal or nonverbal response. Just know that it's more so them than you. Know your goals, stay focused on them, and then continue to be consistent with the activities to get them accomplished. Think of your life like a puzzle. How we live our days is how we live our lives. So all the different days of our lives, how we spend them, like we're drawing almost like a little puzzle piece. And as we make weeks, now we're connecting the puzzle pieces. As we're making months, the puzzles get even more kind of connected, years, so on and so forth. Think about what you want to get fulfillment from, how you can get fulfillment from it, and just start doing little things each and every day that can kind of help make the tapestry of your life. When you say yes to one thing, you know you're saying no to something else, because again, we have a limited amount of time, energy, creativity that we can kind of really tap into in a given time span. So know that when you're saying yes to all these things, you're saying no to something. Even if that's your own personal rest, rejuvenation, me time, you're saying no to something. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're committing to a whole bunch of things. So we are almost done. We're on number 22. Don't let someone else's projections or fears cling on to your dreams and your aspirations and the things that you feel bold and led to do. While it's important to have wise counsel who might debate things that are going on in your life, you shouldn't let those who are just like straight up just putting doubts and fears, projecting negativity onto you, overrule your ability to try, because there might be something about that that lights your fire and you're passionate about it that doesn't give them that same spark. And so that might be why they don't see it the way you do or have the same energy or passion behind it that you do. While it's important, again, not to just rule out anybody who contradicts you, important to evaluate, are they doing this out of my best interest, or are they doing it out of projecting, you know, a fear or apprehension that they might have about the situation themselves. And the last one is simply about the word discipline, which is truly a bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. Again, being consistent and committed is the key elements in order for you to actually go from making it a wish, a dream, goal, something you were planning, to something that you've now completed and has been done and accomplished. So make sure that you have a sense of discipline. It looks different for everybody, and when we all start in our discipline journey, you know, varies and fluctuates. And remember, when having discipline, that will be the thing that will allow you to keep going through even when the enjoyableness of the situation has kind of gone away. It will be in your mind like, no, I need to do this because I'm having discipline and it's a requirement, regardless of I feel like doing it right now. So guys, that was all 23 things I learned by 23. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see the playlist of all my other things I learned by videos, definitely check out the playlist down below. Go ahead and do me the biggest birthday favor and subscribe and hit the bell so that way you can be notified of all my future videos. Until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye guys.